this is Miss Buckley. This is a quick tutorial on how to log into EdBlogs and start to personalize it so that your blog space is unique to you. Here in our syllabus, if you will click there on EdBlogs, you will go to this screen. So EdBlogs is where we're going to be doing our daily writes and things like journaling. We'll submit homework assignments here, so we're going to be doing a lot of writing in this space. Just so you know, EdBlogs is completely password protected, so you have to use your Ole Miss credentials in order to log in to EdBlogs. And so once you do, you can feel confident in the fact that your work will be private and that the only person who will see your reflective writing is me, and of course yourself. And if you chose to give your login credentials to someone else, then they could look at it too, but there's no way that someone else is going to see your personal writing. Okay, so to log in, you can go here to sign in, or you can go up here. Yours is going to say log in. Okay, so we can log in up here. You'll log in with your Ole Miss credentials. Okay, and then notice it still says sign in. I wish they would remove this. Don't worry about it. You know you're signed in when you see up here to the right, Howdy AS Nickel, which is my Ole Miss username, or over here when you can click on this My Sites and see your site listed there. Okay, so now for you guys, there are going to be a few more steps than what you've seen with me here because my site is already loaded. So if you see screens that are telling you things like, currently loading your site, or we're building your site, or whatever, then let it just go through that process. Just wait for a little while. And then when you get to a screen that looks like this, you'll know that you're ready to start customizing your blog space. So let me show you how to look at what your blog space actually looks like if I were to go to it. If you click here under My Sites and you click on your username and you go over here to visit the actual site, you will see that your site looks pretty generic, okay? Now, it may not be this exact theme that I have going here, just kind of this white and black screen, but it's going to say like your username up toward the top, and then you might have like one post and it's just like a welcome to EdBlogs post, okay? What I'd like y'all to do this weekend is actually customize this space and get just a little more comfortable with using it before we start our work next week, okay? So, how do we customize this thing? You can do it a few ways. Notice at the top it says customize, or you can actually go to your dashboard. Now, you might consider a dashboard as being something like a backstage or like an editing platform for that very site we were just looking at. And over here on your dashboard, you can do a lot of different things. Like here, you can add new posts. You can add media to your site. You can do a number of things. Notice that the paintbrush, we can actually go in here and change our theme. I want you to see that there are so many themes that you could change kind of your generic theme to, and I encourage you to do so because your blog is where your personal writing is going to be. And so if you have a feeling of ownership over it, like maybe you have your pictures in there, or it's like a color scheme that you like, or a design that you like, it might make you just feel a little more friendly to the platform. Okay, so say I decide I want to kind of look at some of the different class themes, because you have some sort of titles up here for different kind of themes that relate to different subjects. And so say I like this notepad theme because this is going to be a writing class, okay, and y'all don't have to change yours to this by any means. If I use it, I can activate it there. And then if I want to see what that looks like, I can go up here to my username, click Visit Site, and notice already this is starting to look a little bit more user-friendly, right? Or a little bit at least more specific to my personality, or maybe the purpose of what this blog space is going to be, which is my reflective writing for my writing class. So what I'd like you to do is play with themes, figure out which theme fits you best. Then I would also like for you to change your site identity from just your username. Because guys, if y'all saw this AS Nickel, you wouldn't know who this is. First of all, a lot of you will be calling me Miss Buckley or Miss B, so Nickel might confuse you anyway, right? So if I see your username, sometimes it's going to take me a lot of time to connect usernames to actual names. So why not go ahead and change that to your actual name? And the way to do that is to go over here in your dashboard, back down to the little paintbrush, and go to Customize. When you are customizing, you have these options over here on the left. One of them is site identity. So if I click there, I can actually change the title of my blog space. So I'm going to change it to Miss Buckley. Well, that's me. So say I'm acting like a student. It might be Amber Buckley's Writing 101 blog. Okay. I can also select different colors if I wanted to do something like that. And then I can even go back and I can set images for my header. I can do a number of things here. So feel free to kind of play around with any of these customization tools that you want. But the main thing is I want to see your name here as your site identity instead of just your username. So you do have to publish when you're customizing, or it won't save whatever work that you've been doing. Now, a quick note on the design of your blog. So again, to see what it looks like from a visitor standpoint, you go to Visit Site. Notice if I were to do a new post, let me just show you how to do that. If you come up here to New Post, say I'm writing my first homework response. And I write my homework response here. Notice in posts we can do a lot of cool things. Say I have a YouTube video that would really fit with whatever we're talking about in class. I can actually add media up here and insert a YouTube video. I can add images to my posts. So I can do a lot more with my posts than just text. I can even link. So if I had an article that would go really well with my post, I could link the article here. So there's a lot that I can do. When I'm finished with my post, I would go over here and publish it. And let me show you what it would then look like. So this is what I would see looking into your blog space. Okay. A word of caution as you're playing with colors and designs and things like that. Sometimes students will put images as kind of the background for their entire blog post, or they'll use like really bright colors. And if you do that, sometimes I can't actually read what the post says because the background is too dark or too cluttered or whatever. So you just want to make sure that whenever you do add your posts, whatever theme and whatever colors you've chosen and however you've customized it, you want to make sure that it's easily read by me in particular, but for you as well. All right, I think that covers everything you need to know, at least to get started with your blog space. If you're having any trouble, we can talk those out in class on Monday. You could also email me if you're having any trouble, and that way we can just get started next week rolling with these ed blogs. I look forward to seeing all of you then.